Hi, I'm Alexandra Semi, and these are our top stories.
MK Don Supremo and the sweetness of stadium success. How a composer's love letters turn into musical notes. Yankee Doodle downtime. Bucks goes nuts over U.S. sports.
The business school often plays host to successful entrepreneurs and business figures from around the world. This week, they didn't have to search too far, as one of the country's freshest business thinkers, the man who, in his own words, brought sports to Milton Keynes, is just down the road. Jess Rusher met the mighty Pete Winkelman.
Music and football, what's not to love? Last Tuesday, the university hosted Pete Winkelman, chairman of the MK Dons and owner of one of Europe's leading residential recording studios, for a lecture on business success stories.
Mr. Winkelman is also the managing director of the company responsible for MK Don's new stadium, Stadium MK, and the surrounding development in Denbigh North in Milton Keynes.
Well, I'm from Milton Keynes, this urban metropolis, 250,000 people. What the hell's going on? And then I thought to myself, we've got the National Bowl. Well, it's obvious, isn't it? It's concerts in the summer, football in the winter. Let's build a stadium at the National Bowl.
During the lecture, Mr. Winkelman shared the secrets of his success.
Because success is achieving the goal that you set out to achieve. That's a simple definition, but it's the obvious one. It's the one that motivates you to start it in the first place. Because the other big thing that I've learned in life is that money follows success.
With MK Dons on such a good run of form in the FA Cup and exciting times ahead for the development of Stadium MK in the surrounding area, we asked Pete some questions about his success.
Obviously the MK Dons are enjoying pretty exciting results at the moment. You're in the last 16. How do you feel about the Cup, and do you think that you can transfer this momentum into the league?
Yeah, we're really excited by having a run in the Cup. It's our first real run in the FA Cup, and the FA Cup is the greatest traditional football competition in the world. So yeah, really pleased about it. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to help our league position. If anything, it's going to hinder it.
How much effort goes into organising reduced ticket price schemes like the Buckingham Big Day? Has it been a success in the past?
Yeah, we're really proud of the Buckingham Big Day because it allows us to get out to the people of Buckingham. You're literally 20 minutes from Milton Keynes. You're a local audience for us, but we know you need to feel a bit special.
The area around Stadium MK is entering phase 2 of development soon. What will that entail?
We had to put in all the upper tier, all the cladding, all the car parks, all the roads, and that's the task that we've been set about in the last 12 months.
Has the development had any impact on the wider community?
The development's been very important to Milton Keynes, kind of economically. It's meant £250 million of inward investment, over 4,500 full-time jobs out of the development across all the things that have happened so far. So it is economically significant, but I think just as important as its cultural impact and the community impact that it has.
And finally, what would you say is the secret to success?
You've got to work hard. And to work hard, you really need to be into what you're doing, because it's very hard to work as hard as you'll need to if you don't really love what it is you're doing in the first place.
So there you have it, the secret of success from a man who knows his goals. Jess Rusher, Buckingham News.
Wednesday saw Love Letters, a concert by the Ridgeway Ensemble performed at the Radcliffe Centre. The concert explored the relationships between Robert and Clara Schumann and Johann Brahms through their letters and music. Rebecca Burkhardt listened in.
Formed in 2008, the Ridgeway Ensemble brings both popular and less widely performed music to communities in the local area. Its 3 founder members have 2 things in common. Apart from their passion for chamber music, they share the musically formative experience of having lived in Germany. In the cello music and songs of Brahms and the Schumanns, they reveal the essence of classical music's most deeply felt relationships. Brahms became very attached to Schumann's wife, 14 years his senior, with whom he would carry on a lifelong, emotionally passionate relationship. Brahms never married.
Whilst you're away, I travelled to Arabia in order to collect all the fairy tales you would enjoy. 6 new doppelganger stories.
After Schumann's death, he sacrificed his career and his art for Clara's sake. Whether they were actually lovers is unknown. This is Rebecca Burkhardt, Buckingham News.
Sunday saw the Super Bowl take place in New Orleans, where the Baltimore Ravens beat San Francisco 49ers in front of a TV audience of 108 million, some of whom took advantage of a late-night opening at the OTM. In fact, interest in U.S.-style sports seems to be growing at the university. Chindelay Ponsavath downed a bad light and took a look at the rise of jock culture.
The great thing about a huge sporting event such as the Super Bowl is being there, or being as near to there as possible. Oh, and if there's a bar handy, then that's all to the good, as a hardcore of Buckingham US sports fanatics found last Sunday night. There was a time when your average British viewer would look at American football and say it's nothing but a bunch of beefed-up girls' shirts who are too afraid to fall over without padding. But these days, the influence of Yankee expats and students from cultures not automatically wedded to the arcane British practices behind soccer, cricket, dry flonking, and box snorkeling is leading to an appreciation of forward passes, field goals, and, most importantly, skin-tight trousers. And it's not just American football that's capturing students' imaginations. This term has seen the launch of a university softball team. Like all things to do with American sport, however, there's a mystery wrapped in an enigma with a side of duh. Just as the World Series doesn't involve the world, in softball the ball isn't soft. It's the same ball but bowled underarm rather than overarm. I asked Callum Roberts, Assistant Sports Officer, about the sporting Atlantic crossing.
Why have American football games become so popular?
Well, I think for me, American football is growing in the UK mainly because of the NFL are bringing over a franchise game to Wembley Stadium every year, and it gives the Brits a chance to watch it, go and see it live and get involved with it. I think it will continue to grow, particularly in universities, as we have overseas students coming into more British universities now and sharing that sport.
Is the university going to offer more American sports?
As I've said before when I've spoken to you guys, our policy in the sports department for developing sports at the university is that we will work with students that want to make things happen. And it just so happens that over the last kind of couple of months we've had American and Canadian students coming to see me and saying we want to play softball, we want to throw American football around. And we look to support those students.
Softball practice takes place at 12 o'clock on Sundays at the Swan Leisure Centre all-weather pitch. Come and give it a go! This is Shindale Ponsavat, Buckingham News.
Would you fancy a year in Canada to do your master's degree, all expenses paid? If so, the next segment about the annually awarded Ondaatje Scholarship could be of interest to you. Amy Hoxton spoke to the very first recipient of the scholarship.
Sir Christopher Ondaatje was born in Kandy, Sri Lanka in 1933 and was educated in Canada and the United Kingdom. He was a philanthropist who made many donations to the arts and education. In 2003, Sir Christopher generously donated a fund to the University of Buckingham for a one-year postgraduate scholarship. We spoke with the University of Buckingham's Director of Development about the Ondaatje Scholarship.
So the idea is to have an Ondaatje scholar each year who would benefit enormously from either going to Massey College in Canada or coming to the University of Buckingham to do a postgraduate master's degree.
Who's eligible to apply and what's the application process?
So the eligibility is that you have to be applying for a postgraduate award, a postgraduate degree, and you have to have been accepted.
We also spoke with the first recipient of the Ondaatje Scholarship.
What made me apply, I'd finished my finals of my undergraduate degree. I got a first, which was wonderful. And I wasn't quite sure what to do next, whether to go into teaching or whether to do more higher education. And the opportunity to go to Canada for a whole year, all expenses paid, well, I'd have been fooled to pass it up, really, and I was lucky enough to be awarded.
As the first recipient of the scholarship, how did you find your experience?
Well, I was very honoured, and the college itself has 60 resident students, 60 non-resident, and they're from all disciplines. So the cross-fertilisation of, say, science students, humanities, arts, all sitting together, eating, having fun and studying was an incredible experience to have. I would recommend it to any student.
Is there any advice that you would offer students looking to apply this year?
Well, I think they should definitely apply. You do have to write a statement of why you think you would be eligible for the scholarship. So your statement obviously needs to be very persuasive. So I would say think very carefully.
If you would like to apply for the Ondaatje Scholarship, send your applications to the English department at Chandos Road. This is Amy Hoxton for Buckingham News.
After showing you the new music room and instruments last week, students have been inspired to make their vocal cords swing and express their passion for music in the second choir rehearsal of the term. David Mackenzie James joined in.
Tuesday saw the second choir rehearsal at the Radcliffe Centre. Excited students came together to sing along with the piano. They warmed up their voices first, then went on to sing some well-known songs, such as Joyful Joyful from Sister Act. The choir is led by Michael Pearson, who has confidence beyond his years.
Well, we just recently started up the Music Society, and we decided to put it into full swing by starting it with a choir. I've led 3 choirs in the past before, so it was something that I was really interested in setting up. I was speaking to someone the other day and they said there was a choir about 13 years ago which was run by staff, and they had staff and students here. And I'd like to do the same thing. I'd like to have some staff. We haven't had any yet. About 30 people come to the choir rehearsal, about 34, 35, which is a great number. And we're starting on 2 quite simple songs, and then we're going to expand and get bigger, hopefully. It'd be great to look in a few months' time and for the choir to be performing at graduation ceremonies and things like that.
There is definitely some talent here in Buckingham.
We must learn and we are led to those who help us most to grow. If we let them, there's a bit of a if we let them.
This is Dave Mackenzie James reporting for Buckingham News.
And finally, we're going to take a trip to Cyprus to learn how to make a traditional Greek dish. Ingrid Hoxa went along for a taster.
Today in Cooking With, Niobe is going to make us a traditional Cypriot dish. So Niobe, what are you going to make us?
I'm going to make galatoboureko.
And what does that mean?
It's a custard filled pastry, a Greek traditional dish. We have to start with our syrup, right? You just need 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of water, a pile of lemon, and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. When the water starts boiling, you leave it for 4 minutes. This is the trail with butter. So now we have to add 5 filo slices. I'm gonna need some olive oil. For our custard cream, we add 2.5 cups of milk, 300 ml of double cream, 1 cup of semolina, 2 tablespoons of vanilla sugar. And now we're going to take the white of the egg and put it in the mixer. We'll put it back to our bowl. Slowly add the eggs. Three tablespoons of butter. Yeah. We continue stirring so for the butter to melt down. As soon as the cream is ready, thick, we're gonna put it on our tray and then put it on the oven for an hour. You can see our custard has a yellow color because of the eggs and the butter. So, as you see, our cream is thick now, it's ready. And we're gonna put it on the tray. Now, we have to put the pastry fill on top, right? We put it in the oven, as I said, for an hour. As you can see, it has this orange reddish color. Yeah? It smells nice. We have to take our syrup with a tablespoon and we have to cover the whole surface.
Right, let's try it. That's delicious. This is Ingrid Hoxa for Buckingham News.
Thank you for watching Buckingham News. Have a good weekend.